Journaling used to feel like wishful thinking until I created this super special scripting method that helps me call stuff in every single time. I've manifested huge money months, my dream home, my soulmate, my pup. Pretty much anytime I want to manifest anything major, I go to this scripting method. And it all really started popping off for me when I stopped just scripting aimlessly in any journal I could find and started using this exact process that I call letters to the universe. In this video, I'm sharing exactly how it works so you can manifest all the blessings too. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm Kelsey Aida. I help you to manifest your best life and love yourself through the process. And first and foremost, I am an author. And I'm telling you this because there's a little bit of story time before we dive in. So when I wrote my first two books for Simon & Schuster / Adams Media, My Pocket Guide to Manifestation and Affirmations for Happiness. After I wrote those books, they were like, hey, can you also write for us a scripting journal, because the kids are all about it on TikTok and that's what's trending and we want to capitalize on it. So I said, of course, this is perfect. I love journaling. I love scripting. I've literally been doing this for years. So let me refine the process and really dial it in so that there's just one formula that anyone can use to manifest anything. And then that's how a Letters to the Universe is born. Exhibit A. Here's one of my copies. Yes, I use my own journal. Yes, I keep several copies throughout the house because I'm lazy and sometimes I don't want to go upstairs to grab my copy or even go into my bedroom. So I have them everywhere. This is one of them. And before you're like, oh, she's just trying to sell me the book in this video. No, you do not need the book to do this process that I'm going to walk you through. I'm just giving you a little backstory. So here's the premise of the method. It consists of 3 simple parts. The first part that I suggest everyone do before they dive into the actual scripting is to take a few minutes or even just a few breaths to slow down and connect with yourself and connect with your heart, because that's where your deepest true desires are. If you're coming too much from head energy, you're not going to be as dialed into the desire. So I recommend just a couple of breaths, a couple of minutes of just meditating, centering, getting quiet, going inward, turning off the distractions so that when you do go to write your letter, you are in the best headspace possible and the highest vibration possible. Step 2 is to do some self inquiry and be brutally honest with yourself. You want to ask yourself questions like, okay, right now in this scripting session, what do I want to focus on? What do I want to manifest? And most importantly, why do I want to manifest those things? Why haven't I been able to access these blessings yet? What's been stopping me? Like, just asking yourself some basic but deep, meaningful, profound questions to connect to the desire and what's been stopping you is a really beneficial practice, because then when you go to write your letter to the universe, you have more of the context to write it in. Plus, when you ask yourself really good questions, you get really good answers and hyper focused clarity. And clarity is muy beneficial when manifesting. And then step 3, instead of just scripting about whatever, you've decided what you're going to manifest in this scripting session. And then you're not just going to script about it, you're going to actually write a letter to the universe, or you could say a letter to God, or maybe this is a letter to your angels or people on your spirit team, your ancestors, whoever you want to write it to. I just say universe as a blanket statement. And when you write this letter, you are future pacing, or it's like a thank you in advance letter. Like, thank you for this thing that I'm experiencing. Thanks for blessing me. Thanks for this specific outcome. Thanks for that specific outcome. Thanks for supporting me and feeling X, Y, and Z feelings. And you want to really take yourself there in your mind for as long as you can. So if you can stay in this space for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, as long as it feels activated and open, that's amazing, because the more time you spend in the vision, writing it out, the more energy you're going to accumulate to support the goal. So that's it. That's the 3 steps. It's pretty simple, but I do want to talk a little bit more about scripting. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to read you one of my letters so you have a really concrete example of how to write your letter to the universe. Scripting is one of my favorite manifesting methods because it works so well for so many different reasons. The first being that when you write down a thought onto paper, It's a metaphor for making it physical. You're actually manifesting it by writing it down. Not to mention that scientifically, it's already been proven that people who write things down achieve their goals like 80% more of the time, or some crazy statistic like that. I have to look it up. Correct me in the comments, but it's something along those lines where when you write it down, it is X times more likely to happen, which is noteworthy. If you knew that just by writing something down, it was like multiplied chances of having it happen, you would write it down. And it's different from just typing something in the notes on your phone or typing something out on your computer, because your hand and handwriting is a direct line to your subconscious mind. So when you're writing things out, you're actually simultaneously programming your subconscious for the success that you want to have, which is why scripting, I think, is even more powerful than just visualizing in your mind. And lastly, I hinted to this earlier, but when you write things out by hand versus typing versus just thinking about it, it takes more time, right? Your hand is slow. It takes time to write things out. And while you're taking time and dragging out the process of visualizing, you're like amping up the energy and letting the energy build more momentum over that period of time. Abraham Hicks always uses the 17-second rule, which I love, which is if you can stay on a thought for 17 seconds, it will kind of amplify that thought and you'll become a vibrational match for thoughts that are similar to it. And then that'll give you another 17 seconds and another and another and another. And the longer you spend in an energy, the more you cultivate it and amplify it and the more magnetic you become. So I think that writing things down, because it's a slower method, is more potent and powerful for that reason. And before I share my letter to the universe with you, I want to give you just a couple pointers from the book to help you be better at it. So, in the beginning of the book, there's a couple of pages that go into just manifesting, how to do it better, do's and don'ts of scripting, that type of thing. And I just want to share with you a couple really quick. So, one, do keep this fun. You want this to be light, you want this to be fun, you want this to be playful. You don't want it to feel like a chore or homework. Like, I'm just doing this so I can get XYZ results. Like, yeah, take your life seriously, but the manifesting method is meant to feel like a creative exercise. Okay, so let it be fun, let it be flowy. Do give thanks in advance, which brings me to my point that I believe I made in the last video, which is you do not have to say everything as if it's already happening. So a lot of scripting teachers will be like, "Oh, you have to pretend like it's already happening and script from that scene." But I'm here to tell you, keep it real with you, like I always do, that you can actually just be in the excitement of something and that will help you to manifest it. So in your letter, this would look like, "Thank you, universe, for creating this for me. I'm really excited to receive XYZ. I can't wait to experience this loving relationship. I'm so excited to be the first millionaire in my family." Whatever it is for you, you're allowed to be excited now, but know that it's in the future. Thinking about it in the future does not keep it in the future. Like popular manifesting teachers will tell you, that is some craziness, okay? If that was true, like nobody would create anything. Nothing would ever become manifest. So you don't have to be so delulu. A little bit of delulu is good, not too much. And you can come from a place of excitement to experience it in the future. It's okay to write like that. But I will say, and I agree with most people on this, that writing in the first person, present tense, is good. Okay, and then the last tip I'm going to give you from the book is don't limit the universe. Meaning, do not micromanage and say, "Give me this thing, but only this thing. Give me this person, but only this person. Give me this much money, but only this much money." Like when you say, "Send me $1 million," the universe is like, "Okay, but like I could have sent you 10. Like I'm not on a budget. Why do you only want one?" Right? But if you only like write one, it'll probably only give you one. So just be open. This or something better. It's a great phrase to cover it all. Love putting that in there, sneaking that in the end. P.S. This is something better. But yeah, don't be so micromanaging. There's a balance between specific and controlling. Okay, so now my letter, and then I'll tell you what I like to do with it after I've written the letter. So you can like get witchy with it and it can really work for you and help you manifest things even overnight. So, firstly, in the book, there is a 10-question process of self inquiry, which I'm not going to go through all the questions because it'll take too long, but I have already gone through my questions and answered them. So, I have done the prep work as stated in the above steps. Now, here's my letter. It says, "Dear Universe, thank you in advance for graduating me from hairstyling to full-time best-selling author, YouTuber, and blogger. For context, I am in the transition of moving away from being a successful hairstylist towards taking on this type of work more, I don't want to say full-time, but full-time income, not working full-time, right? So that's just to give you some context. It's amazing that I get to make multiples of what I used to make without the physical labor of working on heads of hair 2 days a week. Thank you for helping me. Oh, sorry, doctor handwriting here. Thank you for helping the right people discover my work and for the gift of channeling that you have blessed me with so that I can help people with the truth. I love making X amount of money, working in flow just a couple hours at a time, a few days a week. Thank you for my support team here on Earth and on the other side, supporting me and making this vision a reality. I'm ready for my next chapter. Just tell me what to do next." And then at the end of the template that I have here in the book, it says, "Thank you, universe, for ... And I just laid out some specifics in bullet points. So thank you, universe, for my 30K plus consistent months, millions of podcast downloads for High VIBIN, millions of book sales across all my books, and making my name a verb, because one of my goals in my career is to be like the next Marie Kondo. You know how people say like I Marie Kondoed my house? I want people to say I Kelsey Aida'd my life. Like I fixed all my manifesting and manifested it all thanks to Kelsey. So that's what I put in there. And then the letter ends with sincerely, and then you sign it with your name. So I just said sincerely, Kels, universe knows me. We are in constant contact. And that's really it. And then in the book, if you guys want to get a copy of the book, it's really cute because it has perforated pages, which the publisher did such a great job on. So you can actually just tear it out. Bada bing, bada boom, you have your letter. And then here's what I like to do with it next. So I'll usually fold it up because it's like just between me and the universe, our little secrets, right? And now you guys, everyone watching this. And then there's a few things you can do with this once you have it. You can burn it to symbolize like letting it go, just trusting that the universe heard you, sending it up into the sky that drifts away in ashes, right? So safely, obviously, don't go start no fires with my advice. Um, I really like to place it under a crystal in my home. I have crystals like all over in different feng shui areas for activating different things. So since this is a career goal, or a money goal, I would put it in the career area of my home under clear quartz crystal that I believe I have there, or I would put it like in the prosperity area of my home, and maybe hide it under the rug there if I didn't have a good spot for it, or put it next to my, I think I have pyrite in that corner of the room. So if you guys want a feng shui video, by the way, let me know. I actually teach that in my Money Magnetics Master course, how to use feng shui to help you manifest more money. I'll link to that in the show notes. But I like to get feng shui-y with the letter. So you're combining scripting and feng shui and crystals, all the vibes to help make it happen. But one of my favorite methods is to sleep with it under your pillow. And if you have any little crystals, you can put those under your pillow to help support the magic of the vibes, and just sleep with it knowing that like the universe is going to make it happen. Maybe you'll have a dream about it. Maybe for me, I would receive the next step since I asked for it in my letter in my sleep. So sleeping with it is a great way to help it manifest overnight. And you can even set the intention like, help me to manifest this overnight. And then you sleep with it and it's a whole vibe. And the last thing you can do with it is honestly just hide it away, forget about it for a long time. And then in a couple of months, a year, 2 years from now, you're gonna be cleaning out your house, you're gonna find it and you're gonna be like, it came true, because these letters really work and they come true. I promise it doesn't just work for me. It also works for lots of other people who have read the book, done this process, who I've taught this process to. And just thousands of people have been using this to manifest their best life. And it's so simple. It's literally so easy and so simple. So now it's your turn. I challenge you to write a letter to the universe on your own and tag me on social media at Kelsey Aida. Take a little picture of it or a picture of you doing it. You don't have to share it if you don't want to. But if you do want to share, let me know in the comments what you wrote about. I would love to help hold space for you, help support you in creating this vision. If you want to grab a copy of Letters to the Universe to do it with that, you're more than welcome to. The link is in the description below. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this process and enjoyed the book if you do decide to get a copy. I just read a lovely Amazon review today that was really cute, where this lady shared that she had already had a book, but then she bought another one that now she calls volume 2 because she filled the first one up. And she says every morning, it's like her sacred time, 15 minutes a day, just her, the pen, the notebook. And it's totally changed her mindset and shifted her from lack to abundance. Just taking that time every day to focus on things that you want, things that you love, things that you're excited for, things that you're thankful for in the future. So it's a really powerful practice, not just for money manifesting, but for everyday life. I have another friend, Ashley Gordon. You might know her as the quantum coach. She actually coaches coaches. And she has the amazing podcast that you might have already heard of called Badass Manifester. And she literally buys copies of these books all the time after she fills them up. And she's like, girl, I will never be without one of these books. And she's someone who I would consider a very advanced manifester. So it's good for people who are newbies, it's good for people who are advanced because it's just one simple scripting process that will help you to manifest anything. And honestly, I wish they had let me change the subtitle because it's called Letters to the Universe 50. Oh, can you read it? It's called 50 Guided Letters to Help You Script and Manifest the Life You Want, but it's just one guided exercise. It's not 50 different exercises, to be clear. You do not need 50 different ways to do this. You only need one, and it works every time, but there are 50 templates of it so you can write 50 letters. So just to clear that up, I know people be mad about it in the Amazon comments. Don't come at me. I'm just the author. I don't always get to pick the title. Okay. And as always, we have to do Otto's Pop Attraction tip of the day. I've been sleeping all day. Otto's Pop Attraction tip of the day is to emulate the way that he stares at the ball and gets fixated on his rope and his toys. That's the kind of clarity you need to manifest what you want. So fixate on it, write about it, let the universe know, and it will definitely come to you. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I would love to gift you a free money manifesting meditation. It's 13 minutes a day to help you align with the frequency of abundance, and it has seriously been helping people manifest some miracles. So go check that out. It's in the description. Totally free, my gift to you. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned for more money manifesting videos in this series. Make sure to watch the whole thing, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.